guys, welcome back to the channel. If you remember the last time we were here, we built this. This is our chum holder, if you will. This is what we made last time. We're gonna put the chum in there and we're gonna seal this up, drop it in, and then we're gonna tie our dropper rig right to here. And that's what we're gonna be making today, is we're gonna be making our dropper rig. So this is essentially what we're gonna be making, okay? We're gonna be making the rig that connects one part to the chumming little bottle, and then this part is gonna go to your main line on your fishing rod. And then when it's all said and done, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have the chum bottle down here, and then you're gonna have your bait over here with these little beads that I put on there to make some noise and attract the fish visually. And then this is gonna entice them to eat the bait on the hook because they cannot get to the bait inside the bottle and the chum. So let's go ahead and let's get started on building out the dropper rig. So the first thing that we're gonna need for this rig is obviously your line. In this case, I'm using 100% nylon line, and this is 30-pound test, okay? 30-pound test monofilament, or 30-pound test nylon. All right, guys, so here we go. We're gonna start by cutting off a nice generous piece of our nylon line. In this case, our 30-pound nylon line. I'm gonna cut off about 18 inches or so, and I'm gonna use this to make our dropper loop. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make just a single dropper loop in this case. I don't wanna make a double or triple. I'm just gonna make a single one dropper loop, and here we go. Thank you for bearing with me while I went ahead and tied this off. So we've made our dropper loop. As you can see here, we've made our dropper loop out of 30-pound nylon line, okay? We've got a nice long loop here to accommodate multiple sizes of hooks and other items such as beads and stuff. Where, like I said, we're gonna use a 2/0 hook in this case. It's about a 2/0, 3/0 hook in this case. And then we're gonna use 2 glass beads to go ahead and attract the fish with sight and sound. So let's go ahead and put the beads in first. All we're gonna do is we're gonna cinch this loop nice and tight to make it feedable through the beads. And we're gonna go ahead and feed it through the first bead right there. Then we're gonna go ahead and feed the second bead through it. Clench it up a little tighter there. There we go. So there we go. We've got our beads fed through our loop now. So now these beads are gonna freely slide back and forth on the line. And they're also gonna make noise as this line is interacting with the currents. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna feed the hook through. What I like to do is I like to feed the hook through facing the rig, and I'll show you why. If you feed the hoop facing the other way, you see how this shank is not straight. The shank is a little bit off to the back here. So what's gonna happen is if you feed it through the other way, okay, it's going to take this hook and it's going to bring it down And as your line is in the water, the hook is not gonna really be in an optimal angle for the fish. So what I do is I go ahead and I take the hook and I feed it through facing the rig, okay? I feed it through facing the rig. And then what that does is that creates tension on that part of the hook. And there we go. Now the hook sets straight and in line. You see that? And there you go. Now the hook sets straight and in line. And there you go. Now this, what we're gonna do is, this is, like I said, the upper part of that first rig that we made. This is the upper part of the chumming rig that we made earlier. Remember the chumming rig? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach the hook part of it to the chumming part of it. And we're gonna use the same swivel that is on the rig. Just run it through. Again, just a few twists here, standard, standard knot here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna take it, run it through. Then we're gonna go ahead and run it back up. That we have a nice tight seal on this, and you have a little bit of play. You see that little, I don't know if you can see it. You see that little tiny opening there? That's gonna allow it to play a little bit and not necessarily get stuck with the swivel there. So we're gonna cut off the tag. Told you I like to leave a little bit on my tags, just I don't have to cut them all the way down to the bare. And then this part we're going to attach to our rod, to whatever terminal tackle setup we have on the rod end. So here you have it. You've got the entire rig here now. You've got the sinker down here at the bottom, and you can put multiple sinkers here. You don't have to use just one, and you can put bigger ones, smaller ones, depending on your necessities. Then you've got your beads coming up to the chum bottle here, and the beads is so that the line doesn't get frayed and it doesn't come all the way to the sinker. You've got your top here that comes off and allows you to feed the chum in there. Put the top back in, seal it. Now I've used child-proof bottle here, so that way it doesn't come loose under the water. I've got my other sets of beads here leading to the swivel, which attaches to my hook line. This is my dropper rig on my hook line, okay? And then what I've done here is I've taken 30-pound nylon, dropper loop here, 2 beads, and a 2/0 hook. Then this is gonna lead to my rod, whatever I attach it to the rod with. I attach this to my regular line here. And there's what your rig is gonna look like, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to like and subscribe below. Don't forget to follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm also going to put a link to the video where we made the bottom part down here right below, so you guys can go ahead and be able to make both the bottom and the top. And don't forget to go ahead and take this out, make one, use it, and tell me your experience. Tell me how you did with it. Have a great day and tight lines. Thanks for watching.